What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit 3 very different homes, scoring each of them out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design are design legend Hugh Wallace.
What I'm looking for is that spark of personality and creativity of the homeowner that makes these houses special.
Renowned interior designer Deirdre Whelan.
For me, a home should reflect the owner's personality and how they live.
And award-winning architect Patrick Bradley.
If the layout of a house doesn't work, you can really feel it.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. Joseph Carney worked closely with his architect to create his unique modern home in Dublin City.
My home is a very unusual shape. Sometimes people don't even recognize it as a house. It's on a triangular site. It's pretty compact. The architect particularly emphasized that if this was going to work, that the interior and the exterior spaces were going to have to function visually as one entity. The effect is that it looks much more spacious than in fact it is. I didn't think the architect was serious at first about bringing the copper inside the house. I mean, taking the copper roof, curving it round and folding it under to form the ceiling of the ground floor. That took a lot of head scratching. It's all very sculptural. I mean, sometimes it feels like you're living inside a giant piece of sculpture. This is my favorite spot. It brings together all the elements that make this house special for me. There's the distant view of the Dome of Rathmines Church, the roof garden, the different architectural elements that make this house so special. And most of all, it's the place where I think I feel most at home. I'm very proud of it. It's a wonderful home to have, and it's a wonderful creation to have achieved.
The judges must now assess the home, armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owners.
What a beautiful piece of modern architecture. And you can just see from where we're standing now, it's been designed in a very constrained site. This home has really pushed the boundaries in design.
Yeah, and I just love it because you got these sort of 2 bookends and this barrel of copper. So that will have a big impact on the inside of this house.
I cycle by here all the time, and I'm so curious to see what it's like on the inside. Wow, wow, and wow.
It's quite amazing because that form of that copper barrel that we saw outside comes in here, but all of a sudden it's in polished copper.
I'm kind of feeling like looking at that staircase, I'm going to go up into a space shuttle, and there's a bedroom right adjacent to the hall. It's in glass, but they've got a curtain on the inside of the bedroom to screen it off. But what it does is, when it's left open, the hall feels very generous.
I love the way the materials have carried from the outside to the inside. And then you've got this floating staircase, which is absolutely beautiful. And you look up, it's golden, it's rich, it's so inviting. Beam me up, Scotty.
Beautiful selection of veneers, like quite amazing when you look at the rhythm along this wall. It just looks like a panelled wall, but I think it's going to be more. Shall we see? Look.
Oh,
Isn't
brilliant.
that? Look at that. Huh?
Very clever.
This is a tight site. The owner has to use every space, and how ingenious is that? Now, look at this.
Whoa, this is fabulous, isn't it? I mean, the bedroom is sunken in this part of the house. The copper ceiling has been carried through.
I feel I'm on a boat because the materials used here is a mahogany, just perfectly chosen in terms of the veneers. And the quality of the cabinetry and the design is just quite extraordinary.
It's a sculptural building outside and it's a sculptural building inside. And the position of that window works perfectly It allows plenty of natural light in, but allowing privacy within the bedroom.
Shall we go on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
This home just keeps giving and giving. Just as you walk down through the curve, you can see this has actually been the form that we have seen outside. But God is in the detail. Because when you take a look, just the way the windows have been splayed, and even the joints and the way it actually runs into the very corner of the window. But when you stand back, for me, it's the staircase. It's a masterpiece. That is something you should see in a gallery.
We've got the maple on the floor and on the wall, and it's kind of a reverse of what we've seen downstairs. They've got the mahogany on the ceiling this time, which makes for quite an intimate feeling in here. And interestingly enough, there is no television here, which is really nice.
One of the things about this house is you end up in a slight dichotomy because it is so architecturally perfect. But in being architecturally perfect, there are compromises on functionality. So where I'm standing here, I'm on a slope, and what should have happened is that step should have continued on either side and another step. But what's won over here is the architectural form rather than the functionality and reality of not slipping.
Wow. This is absolutely mind-blowing. It's very cleverly thought out. It's an upside-down house when you've got the living accommodation on the top floor, which taking full advantage of the views, and you've got the bedrooms in the lower floor, which are much, much more intimate.
Well, I just love that garden. I mean, how extraordinary to be in the city centre and to have privacy.
I just love the way that's detailed. The fact that you have the mahogany that we've got on the floor here is brought up into the joinery, and a fantastic, solid wooden top. But there's no tiling here. They've brought the same material up, chamfered it, and then the render that we've seen in the rest of the house is just brought up here. Really, really very impressive.
The quintessential architectural chaise longue, a little Corbusier, and their favourite spot. And what a great location to enjoy, you know, the sun coming in from the west and just chill out.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
This is a truly unique home. I'm very impressed with the materials that have been used throughout. I love it, and I'm going to give it a 9.
It's an architectural masterpiece, and everything from the layout to the design detail has been carefully thought out. I am thrilled to give this home a 10.
There's an old architectural saying, form follows function, and this home has true form.
Building surveyor Fergal Connell, his wife Bernie and their children built a Victorian-inspired house in Westmeath.
We don't have floor-to-ceiling windows and we don't have white walls. We're very traditional in style. It's kind of a mix of modern furniture with older pieces.
The colour of the doors just gives such a flash of colour. As she kept telling me, it's not pink, it's Russian velvet number 4.
Well,
that's a big difference than pink. And so even she has me in the pink shirt to match.
The kitchen really is the heart of our home. It's where we all spend time together as a family, and we just love it. So this is our favourite spot. We love having a separate dining room, and there's nothing we like more than having friends and family gathered around the table. It's a really bright room. It's double aspect, so it gets lots of light during the day, and we just love spending time in here. Living in the country, we wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I mean, it's just perfect for us and us as a family.
A beautiful country home with such an elegant and simple elevation.
This is quite an extraordinary home because it's a new built house, yet its proportion and detail is perfection in terms of late 19th century country home.
And we have this quite shocking pink front door, and I'm dying to see what's behind it. Oh, gosh. Very nice, generous entrance hall. Love the timber flooring, and the staircase is great with the red runner, very traditional.
Beautiful detailing of the cornices and the high skirtings. And then you have that wonderful staircase with the window on the lantern, just adding a little bit of natural light into this hallway.
The matte finish in here is great because I think the gloss would be a bit aggressive, and because it's matte, it just makes this home feel very warm and comfortable. So I'm looking forward now to seeing what the rest of the home looks like. Isn't this great? It's the good room in the house, you know, the parlour. Beautifully proportioned, but what particularly takes my eye is this fireplace, which is quite fascinating.
You've got the beautiful sash windows, who've been very well detailed, with those very flirty curtains. You and Deirdre, you must be in heaven.
Ah, Patrick, you must be joking. Are you telling me your mammy doesn't have flowery curtains? I bet she does.
Stop picking on my mama.
Beautiful little writing desk, and it's great to see a piano in the room.
This is the very traditional decor in this room. And I'd love to see it a little bit richer, with timber paneling, possibly some wallpaper.
You're right, Patrick. Wallpaper would have been perfect.
Oh, we're in the dining room, the front of the house. You've got nice high ceilings, lovely dining table. Like you can just imagine yourself at Christmas time, carving the turkey, pulling a few crackers.
Well, I would say that's why the owners have chosen this here as their favourite spot. It's all about family and friends coming together at special occasions, and I'd say this room is just a joy to be in. You know, beautiful, kind of almost golden-like room, which is a fantastic setting for celebrations.
A real country kitchen, lovely big granite countertops, you got your Belfast sink, and then you have this lovely island unit with a timber top in contrast.
Yeah, this is a very nice kitchen, bright and airy, like the layout, and I think the colour, the kind of almost buttermilk colour that they've gone for on the cupboards sits really well with the almost kind of light olive green that they've gone for. It's quite a brave colour in here, but it really works.
We're in the countryside, but if I sit at this table, rather than look at the countryside or a beautiful formal garden, I'm looking at a garage. I love to see that garage move to the side just to open up that view.
Look at this. The homeowner here is obviously a baking fan.
Yes,
look at this
indeed.
beautiful cake. Isn't that just
Beautiful.
fantastic? And you've got all their equipment over there, which is fantastic.
Hey, Hugh, have you never heard of sharing is caring? Oh, look at this. A powdery pink master bedroom. Lovely and fresh. I actually think it sort of puts a smile on my face.
This is a very generous master bedroom, and it's really nice to have a walk-in wardrobe. And I presume we have an ensuite.
Lovely furniture in here, very much in tone with what we saw downstairs. This looks like a cast iron bed. You've got that lovely chest of drawers and that mirror, both antiques.
In terms of the layout, this is a very formalized style of architecture. And for me, it dictates how you live rather than the house be designed how you should live.
This is the way the homeowners live. What are you talking about? Sorry, hold on a second. That's a real generalisation of a statement, Patrick. I don't think the layout of this home dictates to the family. In fact, because this is a new build, the family said, this is what I want.
I'm staying out of this one. I'll just let them at it.
For me, in terms of formal architecture, me in terms of design, we must appreciate the site, the surroundings, and these types of home, they're boxes. Like, for example, we've got the dining room at the front, we've got the kitchen at the back, we've got a marathon between it. If you counted up the time I travelled between my kitchen and my dining room, oh my God, it'd be one birthday.
That room in particular, the dining room, it's about a circle of friends, perhaps having a formal meal. And I think this house wants people to come in and have a formal meal, because that's what the house is about.
I completely disagree.
I like the feeling and atmosphere the owners have created in the kitchen and the master suite. There's a lovely airiness and youthfulness to these rooms. I'm going to give it an 8.
The homeowners have nailed their colours to the mast in this home with their collection of antiques and those magnificent fireplaces. And I'm giving it an 8.
A lovely, elegant countryside home, well proportioned and generous rooms throughout this house.
Artist Patrick Walsh lives with his creative director wife Roz in a restored cottage with converted farm buildings in Wicklow.
When we bought it, it was an original farm cottage. It still had the low ceilings. This area was full of wasp nests and it was a grain barn. And so we knocked it through to make it into a home.
I think the beauty of the place is that it probably is the same way as it was 200 years ago. We haven't altered the facade or the look of the place.
It tells a story. So it has a life. This home has a life. And we're just the caretakers in this bit.
Our style is just nothing really precious in the house. All stuff that's been inherited really over the years.
I think the style is very eclectic and reflects our lives.
Yes,
That's what
it's
the
all
style
personal, I suppose. So this is our favourite spot. It has seen a lot of action over the years. The boys grew up on it as toddlers. We've had great supper parties around it and great conversation, and it's the heart of our home.
There hasn't been a place in the world that I've come home from and thought, ooh, I'm home. I always think, oh, I'm so happy to be home.
That's because of me.
It is because of you.
Oh. This is pretty, isn't it? I love the sheltered location. It's absolutely magical.
Just a beautiful little piece of history. A lovely little clacking when you got the farmhouse and the collection of outbuildings. Just oozing romance.
I think that's because of the roses, the colour on the wall and the whole cottage feel. It's like postcard perfect. Lovely little courtyard. And there's the front door.
Shall we go? This is magical. Wow. It's not what I expected at all. I love the feeling that you get in here immediately when you come in. There's such creativity. I love the pops of colour. Bravery, I would call it, you know, the cerise pink and then the blue and the reveals.
Such a simple design, so intimate and personal, which is a stark contrast that you would see in modern houses today.
You got these doors, which I just love, and all the different handles.
Yeah.
It's great to see that they've kept the existing window openings. The idea of those was basically to keep it cool in the summertime, but also to keep the heat in the wintertime.
There were tens of thousands of cottages like this all over Ireland, and there are so few left, and therefore it's so important to see them, revived, and particularly in this format. I think it's fabulous because they've respected the building, but yet they have a fantastic modern home.
And the homeowner's favourite spot, I would be happy sitting here, entertained with family and friends, and you're getting the views down into the living room.
You can see why this is their favourite spot, because sitting here, you'd just be entertained by all the bits and pieces in this home. And we're now walking down into the living space. What I think is amazing is that this building is 200 years old, and yet here we have open plan living, which is really working very well in an old building. I think that would have been the original end of the living accommodation, and this, in fact, would have had something to do with the farm.
I love the way the walls just follows the farm, and then you've got dry line, which helps insulate the home. And I'm really glad they've been very authentic to the outside character of the home. They've went with a rough plaster, painted white.
I actually really love the bravery of colour that's in here. You've just got the strong colour in the reveals and a real confidence in how they've used colour in the furniture, and it really, really works.
What blows me away is the fact that these colours shouldn't work in my head, and they do. And that's because the owner here has a natural ability, and I'd be very envious of their ability.
Isn't this just wonderful? Beautiful, beautiful boxes.
Well, what's also amazing is the fact I've got the painting, but I have the dress that's in the painting. Most unusual to have, obviously an heirloom because they'd have to travel together.
You've got the doll's head, which for me is a wee bit scary. But at least we're getting a dress on the wall instead of wallpaper.
Oh, this is really gorgeous. I love the fact that this is quite a small bedroom, but the bed is just left in white, and that great arrangement of photographs. There's something, again, quite romantic in this room.
The moment you enter into this bedroom, it's a completely different atmosphere than what we've seen from the rest of the cottage.
And what I love in this room is actually the red velour. So that gives me my pop of colour, and it's so lovely to sort of touch and feel.
When I look at that, I kind of go, the red velour, the composition with the gilded painting behind and the white walls, it reminds me of a Rembrandt painting. It's almost like a still life composition for a painter.
Yeah, maybe the person who lives here paints.
I felt quite emotional when I stepped into this home, as it was a privilege to see a building from the past being used today as a family home in such a special way. I'm giving it an 8.
The quirkiness and design style of the homeowners exudes throughout this house, and I'm delighted to give it a 9.
What makes this home feel so relaxed and enjoyable to be in is the owner's ability to use brave modern colours.
Now that the judges have visited all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Hugh reveals what he gave the modern home in Dublin.
At a point, function should be more important than the architectural form. And in this home, that wasn't the case. And for that reason, I gave this house a 7.
Holy cow, sorry.
I'm stuck for words.
Well, I do understand that, Patrick, but obviously it's not for having guests in.
I'm completely disappointed.
So we've got 10, 9 and a 7, 26.
Next, Patrick tells us his score for the Victorian-inspired home in Westmeath.
The position of the garage, with all that glass, sitting in the countryside with a beautiful garden, looking out at that, I felt that was a missed opportunity. So I give it a 7.
2 8s and a 7. That gives us a total of 23.
And finally, Deirdre gives us her score for the restored cottage in Wicklow.
There was so much character, originality, creativity, just was jammed into this amazing little house. And for that reason, I gave it a 10.
Well done.
10, a 9 and an 8, that gives us 27. We have our winner.
The home through to the final is the restored cottage in Wicklow.
I just think this home had genuine personality of the homeowner, and that's what made it special.
Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.